reason why Not Like Us is so big. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. Drake is filing a petition to basically try to eventually file a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, just because he was basically seeing his hand that them and Spotify hyped up the Kendrick, the Not Like Us song. They was placing it all over the place on different playlists or whatever the case may be. And my thing was, to people, it was just like, I think we got to take some of the blame as consumers, just like the rappers do, because I think realistically, there's so many rappers who just, you rely on whatever the label set up for you. You kind of allow the labels and the streaming services to eliminate the DJ, because you're so quick to just go to the playlist. Like, where's the DJ? Because I'm just thinking about like when Live Mixtape and That Piff was like the go-to things where people kind of really, you was getting your music from. There were DJs who were breaking artists. There were DJs who had mixtape series that made people sit here and be like, oh, damn, if this DJ put you on their mixtape, it was a big deal. And it's kind of like you allowed it to be just like, okay, it's just this one big playlist. So now it's this one playlist where it was like, at one point in time, it was regional. Okay, it was Bigger Rank because he was from Florida. Then you had DJ Scream, you had Pretty Boy Tank, you had DJ Technique. You had so many different DJs from Atlanta who was kind of solidified with like, all right, cool. They was with like Pretty Boy Tank was with the futuristic movement, and then DJ Scream may have been a little bit more like the trap rappers who couldn't afford DJ drama, but it was still so many different DJs. And I think rappers got so lazy or maybe felt like, hey, let me cut out the middleman. So let me sit here and get more in pocket with these streaming services and get more in pocket with these platforms where you gave them too much power now. Because to me, it was just like, I would never me personally, I don't listen to playlists. I don't listen to already made playlists. A physical actual person that I know has to tell me like, hey, have you heard this new song? Oh, this song crank. Oh, I like this new artist because of such and such. And I think realistically, a lot of people just got so lazy. So you get lazy as a consumer because you're just allowing, okay, well, whatever Apple Music or whatever Spotify playlist tell me this is cool, this is the one I'm gonna listen to. Well, realistically, to me, that is one. Like I said, that to me is just lazy, and then it's lazy for the rappers to kind of allow for that to be the end all be all, because you could have easily eliminated that, and none of that could have grew no legs if you kind of would have continuously. You maybe had to put out more music, but so what? You could have kept feeding those DJs and kept allowing the DJs to really get to dictate the culture, because now it's like, I look at a playlist like almost like the algorithm is like a bot. You don't know who these people are. Even if they sit here and tell you, hey, this one person runs this playlist, but we still really don't know these people like you know DJs. So that's my thing. When you're sitting here talking about, yeah, I think you need them. Like, I think you need more of the DJs. You kind of need, and maybe it's already a little too late. It's too far gone. But I think that most rappers shouldn't just look at this Drake situation and kind of laugh it off and kind of just jokingly brush it off, because I think realistically, Drake may be the person right now. It may be at the wrong time to do it. But then I kind of look at it where it's like, I'm sure on a smaller scale, how many other rappers are kind of don't get the benefit from that same thing. Now, I do think that Drake had to learn the hard way on realistically that lawsuit coming out. I knew people was going to stream Not Like Us more. Like they just was, just because just realistically, if you're talking about black culture, nobody's going to never just like, oh, this shit is corny to them, because they don't understand the music business. They not looking at it like, they don't care about the music business. They just want the music. So as soon as they see that, Drake, you being a rap. So boom, let's all go just listen to Not Like Us. Like that song literally did a 443% jump from what it already was. So at that time, if the song was about to die down, that was one of those spikes where it was like, that was almost like when people was doing verses. Like think about when people was doing verses, how the spikes would go up so crazy. And that's literally what happened as soon as everybody saying, because in there people mad. So, and I even me until, of course, I'm going listening to academics and I'm hearing people break it down. I'm just thinking, Drake filing a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar, whatever. He hating on the Not Like Us song. So let me go listen to it more, because realistically, I don't believe it was bots that made it do that. The song just actually cranked. If you was outside, or if you even listened to last week's episode or the episode right after Juneteenth, I explained why I kept listening to the song so much. So I think realistically, a lot of people have human emotion and attached to that song and what it made them feel like. So I don't believe, not sitting here saying, could the playlist give it some success? I'm sure maybe, but I don't think that was the reason why I did so many numbers. I don't think that's why it's so popular, because now what will be the excuse for Mustard? Like everybody and their mother, like it's just certain songs give you a feeling and it gives you emotions to it. And I think that's something that again, I said it last week. I don't think Drake has been down that path in a very long time. I don't think his music, like people listen to it, but I don't think it sparks no real emotion to it. It doesn't have no real cultural ties to it anymore. And I think a lot, like to me, besides rappers just looking at it, because if you're gonna stay quiet about it, don't just stay quiet about it and not pay attention to how you should be moving strategically. Because I'll say this a million times, and I'll continuously say this. I do think rappers need to start not just, hey, let's go to these 5 outlets. Let's just only do these 5: The Breakfast Club, Joe Budden, Hot 97, Big Boy, and Sway, and then that's it. No, you probably realistically, so the culture can take back its music, you kind of need to touch down a little bit more, bring back the DJs, do smaller interviews, and because realistically, you want people to be able to dictate what's hot. Because when you are relying too much on the algorithm, now that becomes just, it's a label thing, it becomes a company thing, where you're allowing a company and labels to dictate the culture. Because you eliminated the person. You feel like, well, hey, I don't got to sit down and do a bunch of interviews. I can just do these let's just say 7 interviewers. We can all just rotate these 7 interviewers, and we can just sit here and get on these 2 platforms, whatever the Apple Music joint is and whatever the it's too many. It's too much people to put out music, and that to me is crazy. That's kind of the end all be all. So yeah, that's why you would put up a fight. I don't think realistically. Again, I do think Drake is just out of touch with the Not Like Us thing. I'm sure, like I said, most of us don't know the real business model behind it, but I just totally disagree with it because I know what I know. I watch sports. I know every game when teams was winning big games, everybody named other was playing like Not Like Us. We seen Steph Curry literally doing the Olympic tryouts or whenever they was doing the expedition Joan in Dubai. He literally had like, damn, it's not no other songs. That's not a playlist. That's not a Spotify playlist playing that song. You in Dubai, that's a whole different country. That's a DJ playing that song. So you can't sit here and realistically and sit here and say, I think that's just like, of course, like I say, I don't know the business model, but I do. And I think that's why some people feel like it's kind of corny, because for most people in the culture or most fans of hip hop, like realistically, ain't no playlist tell them to go listen to Not Like Us. You heard it the first time, you may have heard it the second time, and then you added it to hopefully your own playlist, or you picked and choose when you want to listen to songs. But I think I remember me and a homegirl of mine was talking, because she was like, all right, take out the street aspects of it and don't feel like you calling the snitching. Then I told her the same thing I'm saying right now is I do think the average music consumer got too lazy. You didn't want to go search for new music for yourself, and then that goes from just a regular.
But see, I ain't gonna say that's being lazy, because that's the same thing if it was a DJ or you bought a mixtape from off the corner. You don't know.
No. So okay, so and I'm glad you brought that up. But the difference between the DJ on the corner, or even when you used to go listen to certain DJs mixtapes, that DJ has built up equity with you, and you have a reason why you like that DJ. Like a playlist to me is like it's not no face behind that. So how do you really give any real equity to that playlist, because you don't even know who the person is creating the playlist?
But some some of them you do, but I feel like just the playlist is just more so it's you already set the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like you already, those songs for that type of mood. And that's why I said, I mean, people just go to playlists, or they might just, hey, I'm at the work, I need a workout playlist. Just something to get them started. Then you might make your own playlist, or I'm gonna add this to my playlist. So I don't think, like I said, I don't feel like that's being lazy. That's just like, all right, well, I want to turn something on. Let me listen to, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me just turning on the radio, then, oh, it's commercial, I don't want to hear the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just something.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I do feel, I mean, if you listening to what you're saying, it's kind of still the lazier way. And then that's what I'm saying. I'm not even sitting here saying you don't have to listen to nobody's playlist, but I think people should put it back more, put it on a friend. Find a friend that you feel like got a fire playlist. Like, if you got a friend who's really into music, okay, let me find out which one of my friends got a fire playlist, and I'm gonna put the duties on my friend to be like, hey, what new music is out? Instead of me sitting here saying I'm gonna go on Apple Music, and I'm just going to listen to, what's the random junk to be on Apple Music? The what is
on repeat? That's the one I always
on repeat. Or what's the other one that they got right here? Rap Life, or It's Lit. Like any of them junks, like hip hop and R&B throwbacks, or hip hop workouts. Like I'm not just, to me, and we just perfect example. Let's say hip hop workouts. I don't even know who the person is. Do this person work out who make this playlist?
But I think, and that's what I'm saying, like I said, with me, I just go in there, and I like, even with the on repeat joint, I just go in there and just see, oh, let me see what's at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just let it play, and you can skip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, oh, I'm holding this, like, this is the best playlist. I just listen to see what's up there. And then different songs might get bumped out or moved around. So I don't, like I said, I don't feel like that's being lazy. I just feel like it's a different way to use it. Because if you think about it, if you're not going to no club, how you gonna say I'm gonna listen to a DJ, or I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said it's just the way the generation is now.
Yeah, the generation is lazy.
But that's just using the technology. That's just like if you back in the day when you downloaded a song off of LimeWire, you didn't know which actual song this was. You just downloaded because you just heard the name or something, but you don't know if that's really gonna be that song.
No, I get that, but still, even just going back, like you said, going back to LimeWire, you could bring that into back in that time where it was like, okay, let's say if it was screwed up music, we were just downloading. Okay, you knew DJ Screw, or you knew, oh, this is Swisher House jump, so you knew that it was official. So that's my point. Where you knew, okay, if Swisher House put this out, then I mean, I kind of already know what a bar or what it should sound like, or what's the rappers up under there. I think we can again when I talked about the Kendrick Lamar thing last week when we said talking about regional stuff. I think we need to introduce some of those things back. I think rappers, rap labels, you should find those things to bring those things back because realistically, that attaches it to a person, and if people can grow attachment to this DJ. Oh, I like this DJ. Like, just think about growing up, like why you liked a Gangsta Grill. Gangsta Grills was Gangsta Grill because of DJ Drama. Because let's be clear, like DJ Holiday, and this because DJ Holiday was on the Netflix, he on the Rhythm and Flow jump. But DJ Holiday to me was like, it was like, damn, you can't afford DJ Drama. It was like, so even if you thinking about, oh, this is a trap rap and it's kind of like holiday season, nigga, but it wasn't Gangsta Grizzle. Like it was a difference to it was a level to that. And that's what I'm sitting here saying. When you eliminate that level to it and who these people are, and I think all of that goes hand in hand when we talk about DVD series or whatever the case may be, hip hop will lose its oomph to it because you allow too much of a robot and an algorithm to tell you what's cool and what's not. And to me, that shit, it's no way I can't know a person that I can't attach a face to it. I can't allow them to dictate and tell me that this is supposed to be the new hot song because I don't even know nothing about you. I don't know where you from. I don't know how you dress. To me, that type of stuff matters. And you can't say it didn't matter because if it didn't matter, DVD series like Smack DVD or none of that stuff wouldn't have been as big as it was, or World Star wouldn't have became as big if people didn't want the visual attachment to what was going on behind the scenes or behind the music or the person who was telling you this song is that and this why this song is hot. Like even just, I can name so many random DJs and I can attach them to a rapper like DJ Scoop Duke. I can attach that to Lil Wayne and Dipset. Like it's just certain things where it's just like, but that's my whole point. Like you don't have that attachment no more. You don't even have those names. If I name out a rapper, you can't even tell me a DJ to go with that rapper no more. And that realistically, but again, that's when I'm saying, then that's when y'all allow too much of an algorithm. Like it's no way in hell I can go on Apple Music and you sitting here saying this, how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 10 playlists, and I don't know who made none of them. What if for all 10 of those playlists is just some old white man who made these playlists up? Him and his son and whoever paid him to be on some of these playlists. You know, that's 10 playlists. I don't know. They miscellaneous people. I don't know nothing about. So why should I give that playlist so much credence? And that again, that goes to that's the consumer, and that is also the rapper because there's no backstory to who's making this playlist. That's the same way if you sit here, you could tie it into, just use it into Peloton. People like their instructions. This shit is all virtual. You can still, I'm not sitting here saying, make us go back to, you got to go get a hard CD or nothing. Yeah, it can go with the times, but I think a lot of times and that can go into even greed from the rappers because you want to keep so much money in pocket and you don't want to pay the DJs, or you had some type of jealousy towards the DJs. So you wanted to eliminate them. But just again, people like you, again, tied it into the Peloton. People like whatever instructor they all Peloton classes. But people like them. Why? Because that Peloton instructor may got better music. The Peloton instructor may got better fucking personality. He realistically, you think about a Peloton instructor, he a DJ for real. He a DJ and a coach at the same time.
But like that, I don't think they because they probably don't put they use a playlist. I'm sure they're not just
they put their own playlist together.
Nah, because sometimes when they slip up, they don't know the lyric. Oh, I didn't know that was that's why I say I feel like they go, hey, let me put this in.
I mean, I don't know because I'm not a Peloton instructor. I'm not sure how it go, but I know when I'm in the gym, I can go. It's just like when a DJ, like I can tell when it's a DJ. I mean, a good instructor in it. Like the nigga will sit here and start playing like what's the joint with the nigga, not the drag on. What's his joint? I forgot that drag on song, but this is this one instructor. Every time I go into the gym, he always play that song, and that shit just get me so hype every time I walk past his class. And his whole class, I don't know, just to me, my attachment with music, I needed to be more of a person thing. I need a person to introduce me into certain songs, to be able to stand by this song and sit here and say, oh, I think this song is tight, because you want to be able to me personally, I can't just, it's no way in hell I'm listening to no song just because it's on a playlist. I'm not even going to look for no playlist because I can't attach a person to the playlist. And I think we need to be able to bring back, be able to attach people to the music. And you need to sit here. You need somebody to introduce you to new music. And I think the rappers need to go back and let me sit here. Let me find this DJ, or let me find this content creator, or this TikTok person, or whatever the case may be. And don't wait until they get too big, so everybody got to go run the castanet. You should be help building up that person until they get to that point. And I think that's just why you be so far behind the 8 ball, and then everybody has to run to one person. And I think, like I said, again, they're just going back. When you talk about live mixtape, that Piff, like everybody didn't have to run to the same DJ. Like niggas, like think about how long it took Gucci to even do a jump with DJ Drama, and it became a big deal. And he didn't do one until Jeezy and Drama was beefing, but it became a big deal. Oh damn, Gucci got a Gangsta Grills now, and it became a big thing because it was so long that Gucci never had a Gangsta Grills. Gucci had to use DJ Scream, or he had to use DJ Swamp Izzo. Like all of those things to me matters, and you don't, because you don't have that same attachment anymore from the rappers. And that goes maybe just to think about how excited people was when the first time they heard Tyler Creator do the Gangsta Grill with DJ Drama, because it was so different and nobody hasn't done it in such a long time. And that's why people were so geeked, like, damn, oh my God, he got DJ Drama on the jump. Like, just think about it. Why people were so excited to hear because you haven't heard a Gangsta Grill in so long. And that's why it was a big deal and a big thing. And think about how many other people try to go back and use Drama after that, because it was just like, damn, it gave you that nostalgic feel, and it reminded you on why Gangsta Grills was so important. It reminded you why DJ Drama voice was so important when you was in here, that Gangsta Grizzle, Mr. Thanksgiving, like all of those different, man, those feelings and those emotions when you hear, you can't get that from a playlist. I'm sorry, dog. That's just my personal feelings. And I think that is one of the reasons why a lot of, you're gonna deal with a lot more of those people complaining about the bots and all of that stuff. I do want, since we